This is the Meridian Archer beam gate, the perfect solution for any event because it provides perimeter security and vehicle access. Below me, you'll see all the hardware necessary to assemble the beam gate. It's actually very simple. Let's show you how it's done. One person can do it in roughly 15 minutes, but with two people, you can get it done in under 10. Now, the first step is identifying the barrier bolts. These would be the barrier bolts. There's 3 slots on the front and 3 on the back of the barrier. So we're going to put these on. Now you want to make sure these are tightened. You're going to want to tighten all 3 of them in the front and 3 in the back. After you got them tight, the next step would be to grab your hitch pin. You're going to come over here. You're going to lower the pivot arm, put it through the lock, and that'll lock your pivot arm in place. Now we're going to grab the beam. The Archer beam gate comes with 2 beams. It has beam 1 and beam 2. It can easily be noted because it cut out. You can see it right here, beam 1, beam 2. So we're going to grab beam 1 and insert it inside the swing arm. As you can see, there's one side of the beam that is not painted, and this would be the side you want to insert. So we're going to pick this up, insert it inside the swing arm, and it'll slide right in. And you want to come around and just make sure everything's aligned properly. And once you have that, you're going to come over here, grab your pivot bolts, be these right here. There's 3 of them, and secure 2 in place. The third one will wait till after. I'll place that through here. Hand tight is good for now. Secure the second one. And we'll go back and tighten these down. Once you got them tightened down, you're going to go ahead and grab beam 2 and insert beam 2. Now we're going to grab beam 2, insert it inside beam 1. Again, the slots are your best way of knowing it's aligned properly. And you have the 2 cut out here that helps kind of guide you at the same time. So when inserting beam 2, you want to align the holes and the slots. And typically you'll find your slot here, and you can see we still got to go in a little bit further. You want to line that up, line up the holes, and now you're good. The next step would be to put a bolt to connect the 2 beams. We're going to get that bolt right now. Now that we got our beam bolt, we're going to use it to secure the 2 beams together. Put that through here. Put your washer, put your nut. We now have the receiver barrier placed 19.5 feet from the pivot barrier, and adjacent to the receiver barrier you have the A750 barrier. Now you're going to want to grab your bolts, and again you're going to have 3 on the front, 3 slots, and 3 on the back. And it's very important to make sure these are secure. We're going to secure them right now, and after that we're on to the next step, which would be the net. Now that we got the front secure, you want to make sure that the back barrier bolts are also in place. Be the same process here, through the slot, put your washer, and put your nut. We'll hand tight for now. Now that that's in place, the next step is going to be to get the net. And over here we have the Archer beam gate cart. It houses your beam gate net, which has the stopping power, and of course the counterweights. Inside, you have your main cables and your net. And right now, it's really helpful to have a second person. So while he grabs the main cable, I'm going to grab the net. Now you're going to want to install the main cable first. Now the beam gate comes with 3 different main cables. This is your 20-foot main cable. There's an 18 and a 16. You're going to have 2 ends. One has a clip, one has a loop. You're going to want to grab your loop end and feed it through beam 2, like so. Now that we got the main cable fed through the beams, a very important step is to get your last pivot bolt and ensure that it goes through the loop cable. After that's secure, we're going to assemble the net. And now that we got the net laid out, you're going to want to notice that it has 2 different ends. This end has no hooks, that end has 2 hooks. So you're going to want to start on this end. You're going to grab your 2 hooks and connect them right here. And then we'll show you how to connect the net using the shackles to the main cable. It's real simple. You have a shackle, you're going to want to undo it. So you get that out. Loop the shackle through the main cable. Grab your net, place it through the shackle, and put your bolt back in. Now, hand tight is good. You don't have to do more than hand tight. There we go. So now the next step is to install the counterweights. They weigh approximately 20 pounds, so be mindful of that, not to pinch your fingers. Now it's important to note that these holes exist if you have a 20-foot opening, an 18-foot opening, or a 16-foot opening to determine how many weight you need. So now we got the weights on, we're going to put a pin in there just to make sure that'll move. And now you're ready to use the Archer beam gate. Let me show you how to operate it. So now the next step is to install the rope. The rope comes with the carabiner, so we're going to go ahead and open the carabiner. And on the bottom side of beam 2, we have a hole. We're going to put the carabiner through that hole, lock that up, and now we're ready to go. The next step would be to open up the latch. And now we can raise the beam gate. But you want to make sure to hold on to your rope. It's very important. You want to walk with the rope. Now to bring the beam down, you're going to gently pull on the rope and walk with the rope. And it's very important to make sure you lock it. So there's 3 points to lock it. You want to lock it here first. Lock it here as well. And then last, we'll lock it there. And as an added security benefit, lock the receiver latch with the kick plate. So now that we know the beam gate is operational, the last step is just to make sure all the barrier bolts are tightened, and of course, wheels up. And now let me show you how to open this and let a vehicle through. We're gonna unclip the hook. Open this right here. You're gonna press down the receiver latch. Make sure you grab your rope. And you walk with your rope, let the vehicle through. And we'll close it up again. Yeah, to bring the beam down, walk forward, pulling the rope slowly as you go. Don't jerk it down. Now comes the most important part of all. You must, and I repeat, must secure the net to the end of the gate, here to the barriers. First, here at the top with the pin going through, and now here the hook attached to the net gets connected. And then swing this around to secure the net. Finally, at the bottom, here the kick plate doubly secures it all. It's so important that the net is secured at the top and bottom. And there it is, the Meridian Archer beam gate.